Time is 7 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
It's my duty to welcome once
Sure, sir.
again all of you for the day two session of our SLR. And ma'am is already with us, so I request ma'am to kindly please take over the session. Thank you so much.
Eh, Just a minute. Should I start?
Yes, ma'am, please kindly.
Okay. So let me share my screen. A very good evening to one and all present here. Okay. So am I audible? And my screen is also visible. Yes. Good
Yes,
evening.
ma'am,
Good
it is
evening.
visible and you are audible too.
Okay. So let's have a recap of what we did yesterday in few minutes. So yesterday we talked about the SLR, that is a systematic literature review. Let me increase the font size as well. It is too short. Okay. So yesterday we talked about the systematic literature review, and in that yesterday we have seen about how to extract the papers from the Scopus database, and on the basis of the Scopus database we derived some keywords, and on the basis of some keywords we derived a CSV file, and with the help of the CSV file we we completed our SLR, right? So SLR may, what are the different parts of a paper when we write a paper using a SLR? So I told you about this. That is, first part is the introduction, and in the last, let me put it here like this. In the introduction, after this, there is a research methodology. And in the introduction, so what is important here is research questions in the end, right? This is to be written. And introduction may a basic introduction about the topic, right? And research questions. And before that, research gap as well. Why this study is different from the other studies. So this research gap is also important, and then research questions in the end. Next part is your research methodology. Research methodology, let me write the next first, data analysis. In the research methodology part, so what is important here is Prisma framework. Prisma framework is important, and so you have to write here as well exclusion and inclusion criteria. Uh, like what is this inclusion and exclusion criteria? Next is the data analysis part. So this is also one of the most important part when we are doing the SLR. So I told you what all is to be written here: year of publication, journals of publication. You can also mention ABDC ranking, Q ranking, SCI. I hope you remember what I'm saying. Next हमने किया था methodology, and we talked about TCCM framework or TCM framework. So either of the things you can follow, that is TCCM framework or TCM framework. So TCCM framework में T is for theory, C is for, one is for country, C is for context, and M is for methodology. Right? So you can either follow this TCCM framework, or you can follow the TCM framework, either of the things. If either of the things is not available, so you can go for either of the TCCM framework or TCM framework. So what is the next important aspect here is, okay, I forgot ADO model. ADO model is also very, very important. So if you design the ADO model, so that gives more weightage to your SLR paper, because this is one of the most important part, that is the ADO model. TCCM framework and ADO model is one of the most important things. So in every SLR, whenever you are writing the SLR paper, so my advice to all of you will be to follow this. So it is very, very important that you should do the ADO model or this TCCM framework or TCM framework, right? So these things, two things should be there when you are writing the SLR. So you can see from that paper, if that kind of a diagram is there in your paper, so it gives weightage to your paper, right? Because you are trying to find out the factors that is more important in this study. एक पेपर और था, there is one more paper. Let me show you onto this. एक minute, let me. Not here. In my another laptop. I'll एक minute, देखते हैं इसमें तो ये रहा. Okay, so this is another way of presenting a ADO model. So yesterday I told you one way of presenting, of making a ADO model. This is another way. This paper is by Satish Kumar. He is a professor at MNIT Jaipur. So he has made a little differently about this. This is the paper. एक minute, let me. हाँ, ये. Let me show you that model. Here is the model for him, made by him. So let me increase the font size as well. Or what I can do is I can share it with you right now in the, I think, message box. Maybe I will be able to share this paper. Hai na? So let me share this paper and you can open up the last page of this and you will find it. नहीं गया, नहीं जाएगा यहाँ से. Will I be able to send it through this? Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
So I'm asking, like, will it be possible for me to send it through a message in the chat
I
box?
I
Or
think it will not go.
it will not go. Okay, chalo, anyways, let me show it from here only. So this is another way of making a ADO model. So what this person has done is, look at this. So he has taken this as antecedent. Look, this paper is on this topic. Let me show you. Personal financial management. So this paper, he has written a ADO model. He has designed a ADO model, and his model is a little bit different from what I have explored the model. The model that I have shown you yesterday is made by me. That is my way of making the ADO model. And what he has done, this Satish Kumar, this is on a personal financial management. So he has read all the previous papers and whatever factors in there in the previous papers, so he has jotted down over here. Look at this, all the factors. He has talked about situational, he has talked about cultural, financial, education, everything, all the factors. So he has taken it here as an antecedent. And what he has done with the D, that is decision. So what he has done is the mediators and the moderators taken by the people in the previous papers. So he has designed this model D for decisions. So mediators and moderator, he has kept this as decisions, and final outcomes is the total outcomes that should be there in the personal financial management topic. So he has written it over here. Right. So this is another way of making or designing a ADO model. So you can also make a little bit changes when you are designing the ADO model. So that model that I showed you yesterday, that is being designed by me. So I also made certain changes in the model, and I designed the model like this, right? So yesterday model like this. So this is a model a little bit designed by me. थोड़ा सा इसमें ये मेरा है, and look at this. So there is a difference in what he has made, this Satish Kumar has made, and what I have made, right? So you can make either way, and you can also make a little bit of changes when you are designing some model, ADO model. Am I clear to all of you? Please
Yes,
raise
ma'am.
your hands
Yes,
if it is
ma'am.
clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's proceed ahead. Let me close the extra files. Okay. So now, yes. So now the next important part when you are writing in SLR can be a discussion section. Discussion section. Discussion section may what you will be writing. Let me write first the implications of the study, and last will be the conclusion. So this is the various parts of a SLR paper. Discussion may what we will be writing will be uh, discussion may we will be writing about the summary of your data analysis part. What we will be writing the summary of the data analysis part. Let me show you that paper of mine. Yesterday, these little topics were left, so I thought let me complete this and then we can proceed ahead. So discussion may let me show you according to this paper. So what I have done in this paper, these are the outcomes. Okay, so how do you write? Okay, this is also one of the part that is left yesterday. So how do you write this ADO model in your paper? So what I have done is here, look at this. This is here content analysis using the ADO framework, right? So this is where I started with the ADO model, how we write it. So I talked about because I uh, explained it with the help of a theory. So Maclean's theory of need. So I wrote this first about it. Then I started with the different antecedents. Just look at this. Let me open this file once again. So this is the antecedents, right? So how do we write into the paper, right? So how do we write this? So you write about the antecedent. What first antecedent is the financial factor, then is the second is the social factor, and third is the self-actualization. So I have mentioned about this over here, and try to put in-text citation, latest in-text citation. This is also very, very important. So whenever you are writing a paper, whenever you are writing any paper, not only this paper, but whenever you are writing any paper, so try to have the latest in-text citation. The in-text citation should be, let's say 2024 is going on right now. So try to get it, the maximum in-text citation should be from the year 2019 till the year 2024. So the latest in-text citation, if you put more and more, so it gives more relevance to your paper. So this is also very, very important. So now I am telling you, how do you write the ADO model framework in your paper? So first of all, what I have done is I have written about these three factors: financial factors, social factors, a paragraph about them, and self-actualization factor. Second is the decision. So next part of the ADO model is the decision. So uske andar what usme bhi first is the financial factors. So financial factors mein what are the different aspects of it? So I've mentioned in a paragraph to paragraph for everyone, each one of them. Like, let me show you this. So high financial return, value generation ability, incentives, and all this. So I have written like this. So this is a little different. I think I have made certain changes in the diagram, but not here. So this is the first point in the financial factors with respect to decisions, right? So you have to write one paragraph here. So next is the social factors. Then again, uh, the paragraph for each one of the decisions, and then self-actualization, and then is the outcomes, and then is the financial factors. Ke what are the different outcomes? So you mention this like this, and you write the in-text citation again for this. social factors, self, for all this. Now, next comes, I hope this is clear how we have written for this. I hope this part is clear.
So मैम one question from my side.
Yes, yes,
जैसे
yes.
आपने decisions बताया कि हमें मतलब antecedents लिखने हैं and then we have to explain the decisions also.
Yes.
तो जो हमें citations देनी है
हाँ,
वो हमने किस पेपर से पर्टिकुलर एंटीसीडेंट लिया है, किस पेपर से पर्टिकुलर डिसीजन लिया है, हम वो भी साइट करेंगे ना?
हाँ, वो ही साइड करेंगे. Yes, बिल्कुल. ये
Basically
सारे
what
वही
we
हैं.
do in literature review, it is that kind of a thing.
Yes,
We
yes,
have to
yes, yes,
explain the
exactly.
factors.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes, bilkul. This is a kind of a literature review that we are doing right now. Yes. Right. So next part is the discussion. So discussion में what do you write in the discussion section? Discussion section is a brief summary of the data analysis part. So what we have talked about in the discussion section is, first of all, talk about the Maclean's theory of needs in a small paragraph, in a very small paragraph, and then you talk about what are the different, let me show you this. So I have just mentioned this over here. So moving, ये तो decision aspect है. Let me show you this.
And ma'am, is it necessary to link a particular theory in the ADO model, like the way you have done it?
If you do that, it will give more better coverage to your paper, because you are linking, you know, even when you write a normal paper as well, not even an SLR. So if you send your paper to a category journal, they always prefer that the author should have written the theory and you have to connect it with the theory. So here, if you connect it with some theory, so it will give a good impact to the editor and the
The
reviewer for the
acceptance
paper.
of publication would increase.
Yes, yes. So, right. And you know, so यहाँ पर what I have tried to do is this, कि यहाँ पर I have talked about, like, there are three factors, only three factors, like accordingly three factors were identified: financial, social, and self-actualization, and how they have been connected with this theory. This is also I have mentioned over here. Only discussion. What I'm talking about right now with you is about the discussion section. Discussion section may you have to give a brief, a very few lines about the data analysis part. So, but what we have done over here as well is, like, we have connected the Maclean theory of needs, different parts, with the antecedents, right? And we have just told in the discussion sector that three factors were identified: financial, social, and self-actualization. And we have connected it with that of the Maclean theory of need. Second, we talked about the decision aspect over here. So what did we talk about the decision aspect? We just told that decision aspect may financial factors, look at this. This is the main antecedents. And what are the decisions with respect to this? So we have explained this on only one line. Can you see to this? So these are the we have just given a brief summary of what we have done into the ADO model. So discussion is a brief overview of what you have done in the data analysis part or the ADO model. So यहाँ पर we have just been summarizing that, right? Social factor के what are the decisions part? So this is what we have written over here. Right? So likewise, the same thing. After this, okay. So the next important aspect is the implications of the study. So this is also very, very important segment of your study. So you must mention the implications of the study. Either you can give the theoretical implications or you can connect it with that of the practical. Practical to you must give, right? But if you give the theoretical implication, like we have connected it with already some theory, right? This is one aspect. Also, what you can do is, like, यहाँ पर we have talked about, let me show you this. इसमें I don't remember we have some table with respect to theory or not. But if you have some table with respect to theory, so you have to mention Here, in the theoretical implication part, so what you have to refer here is, इसमें नहीं है अभी, but if there is a table, data analysis part में, if there is a table and that is linked to some of the theories, I told you yesterday, like this TCCM framework, if we talk about, if you have used this framework as well, TCCM framework, in which you have talked about some theory. So when we are talking about the implications of the study, so the important theory that has come out from this TCCM framework, right? So you have to mention this over here as well. You have to, yes.
Then can we include graphs and then paragraphs also in that table, graph, figures and all?
In which section you are talking about?
Implication of study which you are talking about.
Yes, definitely you can do that. Let me show you. This is one of my students' papers. So what she has done, I don't remember. Yes. Now look at this. So what she has done is, look at this. इसने ना even an ADU model का भी ना she has made. That is one model that we have made for the ADU. This is another model. This is another table that she has done for financial factors. उसकी decisions क्या थे? Index citations and key findings of this. So this is another table for the ADO model.
So she has included this particular table in ADO model.
Yes. Matlab, this is there. This figure is definitely there. This figure, beyond this figure, this table is also included. This is, I'm not showing the full table. I've deleted this because इसमें financial factors, social and self-actualization का पूरा एक table. It has the full table. This is not complete table. So you can write the complete table with respect to your antecedents. And then you can...
Okay, so it shows that from which papers she has got this antecedent and what were the findings of those papers.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So to give a brief overview or more clarity of what you have done in the paper. Even for this...
Shall we include it in the main text?
Yes.
Okay.
We have included this in the main text itself. Next is the implications. Implications may look at this. So she has made the practical implications. So she has again made the table for this. Can you see to this table? This is the implications of the study. Practical implications. Implications of the study means to who is going to use this paper, which segment of the population is going to use this paper, and like what are the changes, what are the, like, the government ko, if you want to make any changes, you want to suggest any changes to the government or anyone, so that comes into the implication section. And you can, if you make a table, then it gives a more clarity for your paper.
So ma'am, we shall give the table and we should give the paragraph form. Both the things should be included.
Yes. Paragraph to hai hai. It is mandatory to include the paragraph. Paragraph ko to you cannot miss that. So you have to explain it through paragraph. ये तो है ही mandatory. ये आपकी मर्जी है whether you want to include this or not, but this is mandatory to write this in the paragraph form. ये तो आप, you cannot avoid this.
Okay, so ma'am, implications, when you talk of practical implications, is like managerial implications only, no?
Yes.
Whom the paper would benefit and all that.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So this is all about the SLR. Any questions, any queries till now? किसी को कुछ पूछना है? So I have revised the whole thing with respect to SLR today. Any question?
जो आपने theoretical implications बताया था अभी, आपने बताया था theory आप cover करो इसमें.
हाँ, इसके अंदर yes, जो आपने TCCM framework में that you have made. So उसमें you must have made some table, है ना? कि कौन सी theory is the most comes out to be the has been used for the maximum amount. So which theory has been used for the maximum number of times. So that is the important theory. So please mention a paragraph about that theory over here.
Only the important theory, right?
One or two theories.
It can be 2-3 theories also.
Yes.
Okay.
You can talk about this theoretical aspect over here. And then in the last come the conclusion. Conclusion में you talk about the future obligations, future research directions, and limitations of the study. And last में conclusion, so I think you can write it down. Right. So I think I have
हम
covered.
conclusion में क्या क्या आएगा?
Conclusion में आप last में बता सकते हो how it is important. Like मैंने यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा I have talked about this paper is on impact investment.
Limitations और future
ये
work.
yes वो नहीं वो तो एक different paragraph है. Future direction for research and limitations, that is a different paragraph. And conclusion में you give a gist of everything, like
Okay,
how
it's just
हाँ मतलब what is the scope of the, like this paper is on impact investing, so what is the scope of impact investing in future for
you
the
start with basically give a whole introduction, glimpse of the paper, whole crux of the paper.
yes.
Okay. So the limitations and future discussion would be the 7th and the 8th point.
No, इसमें ना don't put more and more numbers. So what you can do is, like when you are talking about discussion, so give discussion the fifth point. ये 5.1 यहाँ पे implication यहाँ पर होना चाहिए. It should be like this 5.1, and this should not have any number. And next, managerial implication, this should also don't have any number. It can be a part of this. And this should be 5.2 over here. Future direction for research.
Fourth point was discussion, right?
No, fourth point was data analysis. Fifth point will be discussion.
Fourth.
ये इधर गलत दिया. अच्छा इसमें एक मिनट सॉरी. अच्छा इसमें review of literature नहीं है ना. हाँ right. So fourth will be
first was
discussion.
introduction, second is research methodology, third is data analysis,
Fifth and fourth is discussion. Right.
fourth is discussion, and fifth is implications.
Implications, and उसी के अंदर आप future research direction for
उसी में
research
include
and
कर दे,
limitations.
future research.
Yes, and conclusion will be this जो भी last आपका
Sixth point होगा, हाँ.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So is it clear to all?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
can हाँ जी, I can share the paper with you as well. मेरा एक published paper भी है. So I can share that as well, and I can share the paper of this person as well, Satish Kumar from MNIT Jaipur as well.
And yesterday you showed a paper which includes tables. You told that you will be sharing that paper also.
Abhi I'll do it. Abhi iske baad after the class I'll share everything with you people. I'll share it with Bholanath sir, and he will mail you everything through an email.
Okay, ma'am.
Any other questions? Any other query for SLR?
Ma'am, if you can share the SLR steps and papers you have just now mentioned. So those two things will be very helpful.
Yes. So what I can do is, like I have written this over here.
This
share. Yes,
flow chart or
I'll
whatever
share
you have mentioned, the key points.
Yes,
And
I'll definitely
the
share.
papers which you were referring to, so that we can
Sure,
go
I'll
through
do
it
that.
once again.
Bilkul, I'll do that. Very sure.
Thank you.
Yes. Anything else?
This is it, ma'am. Thank you.
Anything else? Anyone else? Okay. So let's start with Biblioshiny. Let me close down my papers and all that extra papers. Okay, so let's move to this R software. So if you have installed your R over here, so you can click into this, you can go to the search dialog box and you can click onto this R Studio. So it will open a window like this. Right? So it will open a window like this, and it has 4 parts, this R Studio. Let me give you a brief overview of R. R is a language that is freely available to anyone. Anyone can download it, right? So there are 2 steps for downloading this. Let me show you. Let me, 1 minute. So you have to install 2 packages for this. First is this one, like installing R. The first thing that you have to do is installing R, and this is the command. If you type this onto the, if you type onto this to the Google, So it will take you to a website. So what you can do is you can download this first. So this is the first step, right? So if you let me show it to you. So you can download it R for Linux, Mac for the Apple, and for the Windows. So the people who have the Apple laptop, so they can use this. And if the people they have Windows normal laptop, so they can use this website, right? Download R for Windows. So once you have downloaded this, so what is the next step? So it's a two process. Like this is the first step that you will be doing it. Like you will be installing R on your laptops. What is the second step? Then you will be installing R Studio. So what you have to do is you click on, you use this command and put again onto the Google, and it will take you to a website. So you can install this R Studio, download R Studio, right? So you can go and download this R Studio for the download R Studio. So what you can do is, it is already there, so let me not do that. Otherwise, you can download R Studio for the desktop or Windows. So you can download it from here. So once you have downloaded this, let me close this extra. Okay. So once you have done this, so it will open like this, and it has 4 windows. So you do not need to know exactly uh, about this R Studio or R software. The only thing that you want to know is, like, these are the 3 commands that I have written. Let me show you. Let me take you to this. So these are the 3 commands. These are the 3 commands, that is install packages. Let me increase the font size. Yes. So these are the 3 commands that you have to put. You have to copy these 3 commands, right? And you just put, click, yahan pe you do this. You paste it here in this window, and you select the whole of them and click the command run, right? So if you will click this command run, so it will open up a one screen. Let me show you this. So somebody of you has opened this. Somebody of you has opened this R Studio है downloaded.
I tried, ma'am, but couldn't.
क्या?
I tried to open it and I tried to download it, but I couldn't.
नहीं हुआ?
No, ma'am. Neither.
नहीं,
Error
इसके
या
अंदर
error.
नहीं, actually वही I told you this thing कि it needs 2 software. First is the R software. I told you this, and second is the R Studio. So did you download both the softwares or not?
Yes, did.
Huh?
I did download both of them, but opening नहीं हुआ.
आपने ऐसा तो नहीं होना चाहिए.
Ma'am,
यहाँ
I
पर
have
जाके R Studio.
both, but what's the command that we have to write here, ma'am?
These are the commands. So these are the 3 commands that you have to write over here. ये मैं आपको message box में I can send this to you right now. Let me 1 minute. If somebody is having the R Studio with them, so they can work on to this. And let me type. Let me put this in message box. So these are the 3 commands, right? So you can put this into the over here, and then we can start working. Okay. So let's start working onto this. Let me run this command. It is already open. Let me check if it is working. Okay, so this is how it will open in your browser. In your Google, this kind of a window will open. Can you see to this? Maybe ठीक से open नहीं हुआ. हो गया है. 1 minute, let me open this once again. 1 minute, let me run this. अभी तो किया भाई.
Ma'am, a similar window has opened, but with the options are very less. Like I have only info and data.
Yes, yes, ma'am. ऐसे ही होगा. Like it will be like this. Yes, it will be like this only. Yes. So what you have to do is you have to use this command, that is import or load. Here, please choose what do you want to do. Load the raw file. Then you will go for the Scopus. You will browse the Scopus web file. Do not make any changes. The Scopus file, the CSV file that we have downloaded, please do not make any changes. If you want to work onto this, do not make any changes into this, right? So what I have done is, यहाँ से import data करके, I have done the import raw files from the Scopus database, browse query file, and then you start, and then you will come up with this. Like now your data has been uploaded. The CSV file, the
Ma'am,
Scopus
it is
CSV.
the same file which we have extracted, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
after uploading, where should I click? Like after browse, I've chosen the file. Then what should I do, ma'am?
यहाँ पे click on to the start window.
Okay, yes.
Then you will import and this file will come. And then let's start with this now. Let's start with our first command.
Ma'am, after clicking on the start button, then this window will come, right?
वहां पर एक बीच में और विंडो आएगी ना,
कौन सी?
एक विंडो
Ma'am,
और
after,
आपने
थी।
after
browse
that,
only
I've
file.
got a completeness of metadata, like number of documents, all this good acceptable index
Yes,
and all
नीचे
showing.
पे yes yes हाँ कोई बात नहीं, तो आप नीचे जाओ बिल्कुल, वहां पर क्लोज होगा एक बटन, so you close
Okay.
it down and then this kind of a thing will come. So it
Yes.
shows that your data, that CSV file has been uploaded into your
Ma'am,
Biblioshiny
after
software.
clicking on the start button, once we have browsed the file, then we click on the start button. So then this window will come.
Yes.
Okay.
So then what is the next step? So the first command is just go to overview and click onto the main information. So just look at this. Uh, Today I have extracted other file that is on green bonds right now in the evening itself. So this is the main information it is talking about. So let me take you to, let me close it down, this
Ma'am,
file.
I think I'm getting different format, like where I have time span, authors, all in numbers.
हाँ जी, क्या?
In the main information, ma'am, I'm getting different view. Like I have time span from 2017 to 23, authors
ये
266.
वाला ना, हाँ, आप इसको टेबल पे क्लिक करो यहाँ पर. There
Okay,
is
ma'am.
two options. There is a plot and a table. So you click on the table. So what you have to do is you have to add this, add it to the report, or you can download this as well. If you click, can you see over here? So it is showing show 50 rows and this is Excel file. So you click onto the Excel. So this Excel file will be downloaded and you will get a Excel file. Look at this. So this is your first table. So let me एक minute. Let me before this मैंने एक minute. Bibliometric analysis, है ना? So this is our topic, main topic for today. So let me tell you how to start with it first. So again, what you have to do is like you have to think of some keywords. You have to think of some keywords. And the keywords, what you will be doing is, let me take you to this first. I think I should show you this as well. So let me take you to scopus.com again. So today what I have done is like, let me put a paper on green bonds, right? And let me use this word sustainable development. Right? So let me show you how many papers, 325 papers we have come across. So what we can do is we can take all of them and export the CSV file. So this is the CSV file Please do not make any changes into this CSV file that you download before uploading, because this is most important, right? So this is how you will start with this. And if you want to see whether anybody has done any bibliometric on this bibliometric paper onto this, so click onto the search, and then you will see 19 people have done this. Look at this, right? So 19 people has already done the bibliometric analysis onto this. Now, so if you want to use this only, so you have to again you have to tell the in your paper that how your paper is different from other people, right? So ye ek paragraph, so this is what is very very important. So introduction mein, so what is the first thing that you will be doing is, let me start again. So what we have done, you have to find out the keywords first. You have to select the keywords first, right? And with the help of the keywords, what you will be doing is you will be using the Scopus database and try to extract the CSV file. And then you have to see, is anybody has already done onto these keywords any paper on bibliometric, and if they have done it, so even if then you wanted to do it, so what you will be doing is in the introduction section, again you have to mention how your paper is different from them, and objective of the study, again, or the research questions, you can write this in the introduction part. So what is the first part? The same thing and the same process you will be following for the introduction, right? For the introduction, सबसे पहले introduction में what you will be writing about the topic, right? And मतलब growth aspects of this, like green bonds के बारे में, growth aspects of the green bonds, again, this is one thing that we will be writing. Then another paragraph, how your paper is different from other people and objective of the study or the research questions, right? Second part will be your research methodology. This will be your second part, research methodology. Third part is the data analysis. I think let's do the data analysis part first, because you know इसमें ना problem रहती है, ये थोड़ा सा ना बंद, like it there is some problem sometimes if the internet is slow, so it will stop working, right? So let's try to find out the main information that we want to extract from this BiblioShiny software. Our software has provided us a software that is called as a BiblioShiny bibliometric. So we can do the bibliometric analysis with the help of this software called as a BiblioShiny through our software. So what is the first table that we have extracted? So this is the first table that we have extracted, right? And how do you write about this table? Look at this. What I have done is, I have put this table here, and I have put all the information regarding to this table in the paragraph form as well. Can you see to this? Like the main information about the data includes the time spent 2014 to 23, sources of data is 145, documents this, like this. So everything you have to talk about the table in the paragraph form as well. So this is your first most important table that everybody should be doing it. So what is the next important aspect that you will be doing is, आप ये भी सब डाल सकते हो, like it depends on you. Like this is another thing, year wise, how many papers has been written year wise. So this is another table. So what you can do is you can click onto the Excel, and the Excel file will be generated for you all. Next is a 3-field plot. This is another very very important. यहाँ पर there is a 3 lines over here. So what do you want the 3-field plot? Let me do it for author, country, and keywords. Click onto this play sign. A very cute sa diagram will come for this. Like, look at this. So what this diagram is telling you, this is a 3-field plot. So what this diagram is telling you, first, this left side, it is talking about the author's country. Can you see to this? This is talking about the author's country. This is talking about the name of the author, and this is talking about the keywords, right? So what I have done from here, so there is different parameters. If you do not want the author's name, so what you can do is, इसमें और कुछ, it is not normally there. So what we will be doing is we will be taking only the authors and this only information, right? ये समझ आ रहा है सभी को? Please raise your hand if you are able to understand, please. Is it clear to everyone? Please raise your hands. Hanji, okay. So any questions now, till now? Okay, no. So what we have done is we have tried to make a 3-field plot. This is also very, very important that you do not see normally in the SLR paper, right? So this is a very important this thing. So what you can do is, यहाँ पर there is a country of the author. This is the name of the author, and this is the keywords. So how you have to write it, let me take you to my paper for this. This is the main information. This is the thematic evolution. 1 minute, let me time slice. Look at this. This is, okay, let me show you this. This is a 3-field plot. This is for my another paper. This paper of mine is already published. So what we have done is, यहाँ पर how do we write? How do we write this? Hanji, somebody saying something? Okay, I see. Okay, so how do we write for this? Look at this. This figure displays a 3-field plot consisting of countries, keywords, and journal names, right? So यहाँ पर how do you have to write about this? Just let me tell you this. The rectangle that is the tallest, and that the one that is the tallest, it means from here you can see that China is one country that has written maximum papers on this topic. Second most important country that has written the papers on this topic is US. Third important is India. Next is United Kingdom. So you have to explain this 3-field plot with the help of the length of the rectangle. Similarly, so this is the name, this is the keywords. These are the keywords, and here is the name of the journals, right? So in this is another example, and this is another example that we have taken. यहाँ पर you can see from here, if you are able to see, like Sarkar, this person, so he has written papers. You can also explain this, that he has written papers, and he has written with Australian people. He has written papers with Australian people. You can see ये कहाँ पर connect हो रहा है. Sarkar, this person name is Sarkar, and how this is connected with this Australia people. This is one thing that you have to write. Another thing you have to write, like China is the most important country that has done the research, followed by Japan, and then by whatever the numbers is, right? And in the bracket also you can see the number is coming. Japan has written 37 papers. China has written 49 papers, right? And green bonds, how many times it has been repeated? 18 numbers of, no, green bonds is the a word that has been used maximum number of times. Green finance, green bonds, followed by this. So this is how you have to write about this. So this is what also I have written in this paper of mine. Look at this. Let me decrease a little bit of the font size. यहाँ पे I have written that the findings indicate that China has devoted greater attention. This is another topic of mine on omni-channel retailing, with the United States following closely behind, like this. So you have to write like this. फिर you have to talk about the keywords. So electronic commerce and omni-channel retailing is the most important. So this is how you have to write. फिर journal के बारे में, which is the most important journal. So like this, you have to define this graph, and this graph is called as a three-field plot. I hope it
Ma'am,
is
what
clear.
parameters that we have to consider in three field plot?
I'm not able to understand. What did you say? Can you repeat the question, please?
Ma'am, we have option of changing the parameters, no, ma'am.
Yes,
in
yes.
the
So it is always better to use these only parameters. So यहाँ पर say these are the parameters, because you know affiliation is the name of the institute. I think it is not of much use to us. So authors, what you can do is, if you want to make a change यहाँ पे, if there is a name of the, look at this, यहाँ पर आप क्या ले सकते हो? You can write the source. You can write
Journal.
journal. If it is there, you can take. Yes, if it is there, you can take. Right? So whatever you feel is important, so you can take that. Is it clear? Next is it clear to all?
Yes, ma'am. Then again, we have to run the model to get the thing,
Yes.
refined
Yes.
thing. Yes.
Yes. Next is every citation per year. So you can say, you can take it into a figure form, or you can take it into a table form. So I think table form is a better one. So you can put this table as well. You know, what I normally feel is like this is also important. Like you can, how many citations has been done per year. So you can use this table as well. So you can download this, click onto this Excel file, and you download this, and you can again put this into your paper, right? So यहाँ पे बहुत सारे, there are many options over here, but let me tell you one thing, all the options are not very important. Do not go for small things like year of production. Do not go for that, because that is not very important. Even journal of publication, that is also not very important. So you can see यहाँ पर अभी जो three field plot graph था वो, that was a different one, right? So use the one that is a little different, right? यहाँ पर do not go for most relevant authors and all that. So do not go for all these. So even I don't like all these. So go for, इसमें documents में look, this is important, most frequent words. Look at this. This is important, right? Click onto this and you will see. Look at this. So what is the word that has been used for the maximum number of time? Sustainable development. Next, investment, climate change, green bond. So you download this table. You download this, you download this figure, and you put this in your paper and mention everything in the paragraph form as well. Right? So this is the most important, or you can put this into the table form as well. Can you see to this? So there are two options with you. One is the figure form and another is the table form. So you can do this like this, right? So next is the word cloud. This is also very interesting. So it gives a different view altogether for our, look at this. So you can see sustainable development is the most important word that has been used, and ये table की help से you can take the help of the table as well to understand. Next important word is investment. So you go to the plot, and the next important word is the investment, and here you can see the number is also coming. Investment के आगे लिखा रहा है it's 67. इसमें it is written 158. So climate change, it is written, it is not given. यहाँ से भी आप देख सकते हो, and don't get confused. So you can write the numbers, how many times this word has been used in the papers. Sustainable development 158 times. Investment word,
We should show either the plot or the table, right?
I think it is always better to show this, because you know it is a different view altogether. But you do not make any mistake while writing. So you can refer this table, how many times this word has been used. So you can make use of this table to write about this. You go for this diagram only. What I will suggest is you go with this diagram only, but you take the help of this table to write the number of times these words has been used, so that you do not make any mistake. Sometimes, यहाँ पर you can see climate change is also seems to be very visible, right? Sustainable development to hai hai. You can see it from here. Investment also, green bond also. But how many times these words has been used? So you can make use of this table to understand the frequency or the number of times these words has been used, right? Please switch off your mic. Okay. So this is the next important thing. So next important aspect is the okay. So this is the next important aspect is conceptual structures. Next important है thematic maps over here. Thematic maps में just let me show you this. Okay, this is the diagram that has come. Look at this. So it is divided into 4 parts. Can you see? Let me show you from my paper this point, how to write for this. Look at this now. Okay. हम एक table को will take only one table. We will consider only one table like this. Let me increase the font size of this. Look at this, right? So how do we write for this diagram now? So what you have to talk about is like it is divided into 4 quadrants, right? So one quadrant is for emerging themes, this quadrant. यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ, it is written over here. So this quadrant is for the basic theme. This quadrant is for the motor themes and this is for the niche themes, right? So now how do you explain for this? Let me tell you this. यहाँ पर you have to tell about you have to talk about what does this motor themes means. How I have written for this is like this paper is on omni-channel retailing, this paper of mine. So how I have written for this is like I have mentioned about the 4 quadrants. So what does the 4 quadrant means? What is the first quadrant? Let's say this is about the motor themes, right? So I have talked about the motor themes is what do we mean by the motor themes? The themes situated in the upper right quadrant which exhibits higher level of centrality and density. So these are the motor themes are called, what themes are called as the motor themes. So this theme, the themes or the keywords that is lying into this quadrant, they are called as the motor themes. And what is the characteristics of these motor themes? Motor themes means what? It means high level of centrality and density. So what are the different themes that it is covering? That is omni-channel management, consumer empowerment, showrooming, experience, customer experience, logistic, e-commerce. So this is how you have to mention about each quadrant. First of all, mention about all the quadrants, like what is motor themes. Second quadrant hai, they are called as the niche themes. Niche themes is what? So you have to talk about all the themes. So what is the niche themes? Niche themes exhibits high density but low centrality. So this is about the niche themes, right? So this is what the niche.
These themes would be common to every paper, right?
Yes. If you're making this diagram, if you are using this, so it will always give you the 4 quadrants, and these themes are always the same, right? So
High
basic themes,
density and on all these things.
yes, they will remain the same. So you talk about these like emerging themes. Okay. So emerging themes means they exhibit a lack of elaboration and are yet to attain significant prominence. Look at this, right? So it is mentioned like this. And last kind of themes is the promising themes. Promising themes क्या होता है? the probability to evolve, they are underdeveloped right now, but they are going to become important in some period of time. Now, फिर उसके बाद what you have to talk about, the first quadrant, just talk about like time slice one. Okay, if you do not talk about the time slice, you just talk about different quadrants. So how do you write it? So you write that what are the topics that is included into the motor themes, what are the topics that is included into the niche themes. So this is what we have done here. Look at this. So these are the topics that lies into the promising in the quadrant 4, and these topics are called as the promising themes.
And what is time slice?
Time slices, इसको divide किया है actually. Let me see if does work. Let me see if it works. Keyword plus. इसमें एक मिनट, नेक्स्ट वाले में होगा ये. दिस इज फॉर डिफरेंट टाइम. थीमेटिक कोअक्रेंस नेटवर्क. लेट मी चेक. फॉर द डिफरेंट टाइम पीरियड्स. एक मिनट. नो दैट इज नॉट. एक मिनट, इसी में था. एक मिनट, I'll show it to. Basically what I have done over here is like it's kind of different time periods you give. Let me see where it is. Just getting out of my mind. Let me see to it. I think, yeah, it is there now. एक मिनट, I'll show it to you. रुक. Thematic evolution इसमें है ये. Number of cutting points. इसको ना it will divide into different time segment. Look at this. Okay, yeah. Now can you see to this? ये different time slices है. इसमें 2 time slices we have given over here. This is thematic evolution. इसमें we have divided this into different number of years. So it has taken this for different years. Like basically it means what? It means over the different years, like we have divided this into 2 years. Thematic evolution, go to thematic evolution and you do this over here. यहाँ पर you give this as 2 cutting points. So it will take from 2016 to 22, this will be 1 year, and from 2022 to 24, so second year. So 2 time slices it will show. So you can make these diagrams like this over here. Have you got this point? So time slice first is 2014 to 19. So what are the important keywords in this time slice? In the second time slice, what is the key? What is the next important keywords? So this is how it means. Like ये 14 to 19 है, ये 20 to 21 है, and
Ma'am,
ये
these years we have to give, right?
yes, ये years तो अपने आप लेगा. It will take the number of years. It will take off of its own. You just have to give the cutting points. How many time slices you want to make. So it will show you till that time period.
Okay. It is showing 5 time slices over here.
No, वो तो this is the maximum number of the time period it will divide, but the
Okay.
number of the cutting points that you have used over here, so it will show you that for that time only. If you are showing it for 2, it will show you 2 only.
Ma'am, by default it was 1, but then it was showing the graph. When it changed to 3 or 4, there is no graph, ma'am. Why
हाँ
is
नहीं
it?
होगा. हाँ, because you have selected na this cutting point to be as 2. If you select 2, तो it will show, sorry, 3. It will, if you show it as 3, यहाँ पर 3 करोगे तो it will show you 4 number of times. Time slice 4 तक it will show.
So, ma'am, it is preferably we should take 2 or 4.
You take the less. It depends actually. What the problem here is, like you look at this, like 2016 to 24 is the time period of our study. So it depends on the number of years and the number of papers spread throughout this. तो उसके ऊपर depend करेगा ये कि आप how many time slices you will take. So यहाँ पे you can see the time period is from 16 to 24. So it is always preferable to do it only twice. So that will be better.
अच्छा, जब हमने स्कोपस की जो फाइल एक्सट्रैक्ट करी थी CSV फाइल, उसका टाइम पीरियड है ना 16 to
हाँ,
20?
yes. Yes. और एक और, हाँ, yes. This is one thing. This is another thing. This is another
Ma'am, I'm
table.
getting command like no applicable method for filter applied to an object of class null.
No, wo, because it is not showing, because the time slice must be less na, for you. So that is one of the reasons for not showing it. Yes. So next is the thematic evolution. So let me show you this. Okay. Now look at this graph or the figure. So how do we write for this again? So how do we write for this? Look at this. What it is depicting? It is depicting 2014 to 19, वही 4 time slices, right? तो ये जो figure है, like 4 time slices. We have divided our time period into 4 time slices. So 4 time slices में what are the important keywords that has evolved with respect to this topic that is called as omni-channel retailing. ये जो paper मेरा लिखा हुआ है, that I have already been, this paper has already been published. I'll send you this paper as well. So what are the important keywords that has been used over the different time slices?
मैम, ये एक्सेल का फाइल जो आपने शेयर किया है, ये आपने शेयर किया है या हम वी हैव टू हैव आवर ओन एक्सेल फाइल्स फॉर दिस?
मतलब
जिस पे आप ये वर्क कर रहे हैं?
हाँ जी.
So because I was trying to go into that RSoft से Bibliometric में गए तो that are requiring a file जो हमें import करनी है.
हाँ,
तो
हाँ,
वो
बिल्कुल.
आपने कोई सैंपल फाइल
I'll
भेजा
share
है
it to you. मैं अभी भेज दूंगी आपको. I'll
अच्छा,
share it
अभी
to you.
हमको we'll just watch what you are doing and then later on we'll practice. That is what it is.
Yes. I'll share it with you for sure.
I thought
ये
I
जो
don't
file
have it,
मैंने,
so hence I asked.
no,
And how
no.
do you prepare that Excel file? You have to download from the Scopus. तो आपके पास
Scopus, CSV
Scopus का
file.
access होना चाहिए.
Yes. This is what is mandatory for this.
Okay, the university should have that access to the Scopus.
Yes. Or what you can do is you can take the help of somebody, because you only need one time Excel file, that CSV file. That is required
Okay.
only one time, right? So if you have got that CSV file, then you don't need anybody's help. Like, matlab, and it doesn't take much of the time to extract the Excel file, you know.
Okay. And
Because you can see from here as well, जब मैंने किया इसमें, so it is very easy to extract that file. You just give the keywords. Keywords, deciding the keywords is the most important task. And you have to see like how many papers, मतलब जैसे I have shown you कि SLR पे बहुत सारे लोगों ने, they have written the papers on SLR. So
okay, 19 you shown there.
Bibliometric पे, yes.
हाँ,
Green
आपने
bonds
जो
and
दिखाया था
sustainable development, yes. अभी जो आज किया है.
जी. मैम एक चीज और
Right?
पूछना था, ये हाउ डू यू दिस एक्सेल शीट जब आपके पास टाइम होगा तो यू कैन जस्ट मींस गाइड अस हाउ टू क्रिएट दैट एक्सेल शीट. आई मीन आई हैव मिस्ड समथिंग.
No, Excel sheet में तो you don't have to do anything. This will be extracted from the Scopus database. You don't have to do even a single thing into that. If you are using in this software, you do not have to even touch this Excel file. You just extract this Excel file from the Scopus database, and as a raw data file, you have to use into this.
That I got it. So that means if you, whenever you have time, you can just tell us how to extract that, create that Excel file from the Scopus. How to extract it from the Scopus.
बताया मैंने. I think you must have missed something.
हाँ, मैंने मिस कर दिया मैम. आप बाद में बता दीजिएगा या if you can.
हाँ जी, कोई बात नहीं. I'll tell you, right? So this is.
And the same procedure is followed for extracting the file from the Web of Science also.
Yes. It's exactly the same. Yes.
Okay.
मैं बता ही देती हूँ साथ के साथ. Let's say this is the green bonds. The keywords is important, right? ये अभी I'm just doing a shortcut. I'm using a shortcut for this. Sustainable development. Click on to the search here. So how many documents? 325. So 325 for doing the bibliometric is a good number. So we can do that. We can take all of them. We do not need to use the all these limit to and all that. So we don't need
मैम
to do that.
बिब्लियोमेट्रिक के लिए कितने पेपर्स होने चाहिए?
अगर ज्यादा है, the more the better it is.
अगर
Because
नया एरिया है मैम उसमें कम पेपर्स हैं तो मिनिमम कितना होना चाहिए?
सब मेरा ख्याल से 100 तो हो तो it is better.
ऐसा कोई मिनिमम लिमिट नहीं है, बट
नहीं
100
मिनिमम ऐसा कोई लिमिट नहीं है, बट आपके वो जो ग्राफ वगैरह ना वो अच्छे नहीं बनेंगे. यू कैन सी ना दिस
लेस
ग्राफ
नंबर ऑफ
लाइक,
पेपर्स.
हाँ, तो अगर इफ यू हैव लेस नंबर ऑफ पेपर्स, कीवर्ड्स एक्सट्रैक्शन और ये सब नहीं हो पाएगा ठीक से.
ओके, देन यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू क्रिएट दोस टाइमलाइंस आल्सो अगर ज्यादा
यस
पुराना डेटा
यस
नहीं है
मैम
हमारे.
एनीथिंग अबाउट 300 to 400 is a good number.
yes yes it's a good number. So what we have done is you click on to everything, then you go to CSV file, click on everything,
ओके,
and then go for export. That's it. You can see it's exporting the data.
so
ये मैं
before you
बंद
did
कर-
that you were clear on two things, one green bond and the second was sustainable development.
Abhi right now for you people that I'm doing it to be a
अच्छा.
little fast, but you can design whatever the way you want. You can have n number of 10 even keywords. Even you can write anything. Social bonds, let's say, if you want a paper onto this as well, and sustainable development. So you can put any number of words. So this is what I told you. The keyword search is the most important search, right?
Okay.
ये बहुत important है.
Ma'am,
And you
for
were knowing that within green bonds you need sustainable development, so that was clear to you.
Yes. I want to write, let's say my wish is to write a paper using these two keywords, green bonds and sustainable development. I can make use of more keywords as well into this,
Okay.
right? Okay,
Right.
so let me complete this first. मेरे को लगता है let me complete this. Now, so we have divided this into the 4 quadrants or the 4 time periods. So what is this diagram showing? This diagram is showing what are the most important keywords during the 2014 and 19. So you can see from the length of the rectangle. So web roaming is one of the most important keyword, followed by e-commerce and channel integration and service quality. So in 2014 to 19, so these are the common words. So this is how you have to write, right? Like, look at this, read this. Right? So in the next stage 2 mein,
And
what
there
is,
could be a possibility that the keywords are repeated in any of the
yes
stages.
yes it will be, sure it will be. Abhi wahi likha hai next. The most next how most keywords in all the 4 stages includes this channel integration. So this is the next thing you have to write. So you have to mention this as well. So यहाँ पर channel integration is one of the keywords that is repeated in all of them, all the stages. So you will be writing about this as well. So even you have to mention if there is any common word between this and this and this, time slice and this and this. So you can write about this, about everything like this.
Ma'am, what is the title of your paper which you are referring to? This one?
This is omni channel retailing था.
अच्छा,
इसमें
omni-channel
I'll-
retailing.
हाँ, ये this paper is published. नहीं, इसमें नहीं है मेरे पास. Like it's in the different file. I'll share this paper with you. Don't worry. ठीक है, ये मैं आपको share करूंगी. This is on omni channel retailing पे था ये basically.
Okay.
Right? So this is how you have to write about this. Is it clear till here? So these are the most important things that we can go for the our software में Biblioshiny में Bibliometrics में. So these are the most important things. You can see from here, these are the मतलब ये जो diagrams हैं, this cannot be seen easily into your SLR paper, and year of production, publication house. So these are not very important. So if you go for these kind of things, right? So this makes your paper more visible and more better than others, 3 field plot and all this. right? So this is very, very important. Now we have left one thing till here. Any questions till here?
It's clear, ma'am.
Anybody else? Okay, so I have missed one thing. I told you that I'll show you later on. So what is the next important aspect is the research methodology. So this is again the most important part. इसमें जो research methodology है, that has to be a little elaborated. Let me show you one paper onto this. These are two very good papers that has talked a lot about the research methodology section. This section also needs to be elaborated. Let me show you. Okay, look at this research questions over here in the introduction part. Let me increase the font size. This is what they have written. This is the introduction, right? And let me show you the methodology. Look at this. Mm. Look at this. Okay, you can even make use of the Prisma framework as well here. Prisma framework can also be used over here, right? And let me show you another paper onto this as well. This is psychology and marketing. This is another very good paper for this, bibliometric. Mera paper bhi, it's good. I'll share it with you after this. Look, this is okay, methodology part. Look at this. How they have done. So what they have done is they have divided this research methodology section into some parts. First is assembling. Assembling has these things. Like they have written everything. Are you able to see this, or should I increase the font size? Let me increase the font size. In fact, कर दिया. So you just have a look at this. Like they have written the research questions. You can even write the research questions over here, right? It is not mandatory like that you have to follow everything the way they have written. You can make certain changes according to your own, right? So like here they have talked about assembling में they have talked about research questions, but they have not written it. But if you want, you can write it down here as well. Source type, journals you have taken. Source quality is Scopus database. What is the database that you have taken? What are the search keywords? And search period क्या रहा आपका? Like this, right? So this is assembling. Just look at this. I'll show it to you. Look at this. यहाँ से it has started and they have mentioned everything over here. Look at this. कितना बड़ा लिखा है इन्होंने यहाँ तक. Till here they have written about the assembling, first stage. Second stage is arranging. So you can also mention it like this only. This is arranging. Arranging may again look at this. They have, you know, they have written so much about this. And then assessing, that is the third stage. Third stage ke bare mein they have written a lot. So about this, like total document for analysis is 383. Performance analysis, you know, like they have written it like this. So what I have done was, let me show you my research methodology part. So what I did was, like, I made a little change into this research methodology part. So what I did was, this is the diagram that I made. Look at this now. For my paper, what I have talked about is research questions. So the diagrams that we have considered over here. So I have mentioned all this over here. Network analysis, main information, annual scientific production, most relevant keywords, thematic evolution. So these are the topics that I have talked about in the data analysis segment. So this is my research questions. So research methodology में keywords I have used. and Scopus database and bibliometric analysis for data analysis. So this is what I have written over here. Time period of the study is this. And what is my research outcome? So research outcomes में what I have written is like यहाँ पर these are the research questions. So what is the main outcomes in data analysis part? So I have mentioned this research outcome over here. Have you understood this? सबको समझ में आ रहा है ये point? Are you able to understand? Please raise your hands if you are able to understand.
मैम जो आपने इससे पहले वाला पेपर दिखाया था
हाँ जी.
इसमें असेंबलिंग एंड ऑल था, व्हाट वाज दैट? आई कुड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड दैट.
इसके अंदर basically what they have talked about is like the whole of the इसमें you can talk about your research questions, you can talk about your database, time period of the study, so all these things like what is the document type like इसमें लिखा है जैसे हमारा let me show you this. मैं अभी आपको दिखाती हूँ ये पेपर है जैसे ना, let me show you this. हाँ, so यहाँ पर look at this. So we have taken the document types, हमारे articles भी हैं, book chapters भी है, conference paper भी है, conference review, right? So this is another important aspect that they have talked about. Articles and review, document type इन्होंने articles and review. So ये जो main information हमने वहाँ दी है ना, तो कुछ इन्होंने यहाँ पर भी दिया है ये चीज. ये Scopus, ये सारा Scopus database का है. ये देखो ना, you have taken the articles that is in English, document type, articles and reviews, but in our case, let's say we have taken this articles book chapter. So you will be writing over here like here. एक मिनट क्या हुआ है? हाँ.
They have presented in a very different manner. मतलब assembling को उन्होंने parts में divide किया, like identification, acquisition.
Yes. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It depends on you how you make any changes in your paper as well. It is not mandatory that you have to follow all this like this straight away. So like यहाँ पर जैसे इन्होंने सारा कुछ elaborate किया है, stream, subject area, business management, accounting, ये यहाँ से लिए Scopus से. Look at this. Let me show you the Scopus database. Once
But
again.
जैसे इन्होंने ये लिखा है identification, arranging, so where are these words coming from? मतलब I could
ये
not
रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी के पार्ट्स है. ये देखो ना, दिस इज द रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी सेक्शन दे हैव स्टार्टेड और दे हैव मेंशन्ड दिस ओवर हियर. लुक एट दिस. The assembling stage reports how documents for review are identified and acquired.
Okay. अच्छा, how the assembling of the document was done.
Yes, everything.
Okay.
So they have mentioned everything over here as well, na? So these diagrams they have elaborate. यहाँ पे तो diagram they have already made, right? But they have elaborated this in the paragraph as well.
Okay.
So both ways they have done it.
It's a very creative way of showing that.
Yes. This is what I'm saying. And more, it is more visible. Can you see? This is more visible. So what I did was, this is the diagram that I made. Look at this. Mera bhi, I have also tried to write. Look at this. I have also mentioned 3 stages. That is assembling the data, right? Arranging the data. So assessing the data. So like जो Prisma framework or जो research methodology that we write into the SLR paper. So similar kind of things we have to put it over here as well.
So ma'am, this table which they have made, like assembling, arranging, so this is different from the Prisma framework.
Yes, this is different from. वही मैं आपको बोल रही हूँ, you can make any changes. मैंने कल आपको एक टेबल और भी दिखाया था, इसी तरह से एक फिगर और भी दिखाई थी.
Ma'am, this is SPAR 4 SLR protocol. That is what is written there. So it is different from Prisma.
Yes.
It's a different protocol.
Yes, but वही what I'm trying, but the information is almost like आप ये देखो ना, this is all from the Scopus. ये जो organization है, this is all from the Scopus. Language, English, document types, articles, source type, journal, subject area. This is all. This all is from the ये Scopus database का information है. This arranging. Can you see? ये वाली जो information है यहाँ पर जैसे if you search, let's say you have searched for green bonds, right? So एक minute, let me show you this. Let's see this. jitne bhi papers, whatever the number of papers. So they have talked about what are the subject area. So this is how they have mentioned it over here. Look at this. uh, Subject area, इन्होंने which subject area, total number of documents 383, right? English language only, document types. So they must have what they have done is यहाँ पे articles they must have done. So this is how they have talked about in this stage. So हमने भी जो SLR में किया था, so SLR में ये किया था, और even यहाँ पर हाँ मतलब ये आप अपने हिसाब से इसको थोड़ा बहुत you can make changes as well into this.
So, ma'am, when we are extracting the CVS file, so we have to, probably note all these things that what we are making use, so that we
Yes,
can
yes,
put it in the
yes,
paper.
yes, you have to. वो तो करना ही करना है आपको. उसके बिना even there is a way out. I told you yesterday. There is an advanced query over here. So you can see from here. अच्छा इसमें अभी choose नहीं किया ना कुछ और. Let me choose and limit to over here. So it will come automatically of its own. यहाँ पर भी आप ये देखा सकते हो articles. Document type is article. You can मतलब you can copy this and for later on, or you can even simultaneously you can copy it over here as well. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So we can use this PAR4 protocol which you have
Yes,
shared here also for
yes,
research
yes,
methodology.
yes, yes. We can do that as well. Yes, definitely we can do that. Okay, and इसका भी similar pattern will be followed for this as well. Data analysis के बाद you can go for the discussion section and you can go for the implication section, right? And then future research and then the conclusion, right? So these are the different segments, how you write it. And it all depends on your creativity and the new things that you wanted to put in your paper so that it becomes more visible and more visible to that of the editor. And one more thing is there that you can do a mix and match of even SLR and bibliometric, because bibliometrics helps you to give diagrams, and so these diagrams you can also incorporate in your SLR paper, some of the diagrams, and make a very good SLR and bibliometric, a combination of both the papers. So that also comes out to be a good paper, research paper.
Ma'am, please share these two papers also.
मैं अभी I'll do it. मैं अभी सारा documents ही I'll share it with Bholanath sir and he will share it with you all.
Okay.
Anything
Ma'am,
else?
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have seen a paper which talks about bibliometric analysis and content analysis. Yesterday, I told you.
ये
after the
content
class.
analysis regarding ADO model and all that, that is the only thing, ना? Content analysis में दिखाओ एक बार, otherwise just share the paper with me. Let me see what exactly is different.
Ma'am, I don't have it right now.
Like जैसे इसमें content analysis using ADO model. So that is another topic.
नहीं
Content
नहीं मैम,
analysis.
उसमें bibliometric and content analysis था.
एक बार दे दो अगर मेरे को, that will be great. Paramal sir, इसमें he in the WhatsApp group only he has shared my yesterday recording and today recording Bholanath sir will be sharing it with you. Ma'am, अगर what's your name?
Ma'am, myself, Dr. Riti Jain.
Okay, Dr. E.T. Jain. What you can do is we can connect each other through a WhatsApp group itself.
Okay.
You know my number, and
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you get across to that paper, you can share it with me, and we can have a discussion onto that. Don't worry about it.
I have seen
but
content analysis being used for communication, business communication analysis of things like that.
Ma'am, it was published in FBR. I remember that. आपका भी वहाँ पे पब्लिश है, जिस पर्टिकुलर ईयर में आपका पब्लिश है ना FBR में, उसी पर्टिकुलर ईयर में पब्लिश था वो. Bibliometric and content analysis ही था.
FIIB journal.
Yes, ma'am. FBR.
FII. Fortune वाला ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me check. मैं देख लेती हूँ एक बार. उसी ईयर में कह रहे हो?
मैम उसी ईयर में था. हाँ.
आप एक बार कोशिश करो, बिकॉज यू मस्ट हैव सीन दैट पेपर, सो एक बार आपको क्या पता दोबारा दिख जाए.
हाँ मैम, आई विल गेट थ्रू दैट पेपर, बट
Yes.
अभी इंस्टेंटली नहीं मिल पाएगा क्योंकि
कोई बात नहीं, यू कैन कनेक्ट विद मी एंड आई कैन हेल्प यू इन दैट. डोंट वरी
Okay.
अबाउट इट.
ठीक है मैम.
एनीथिंग एल्स? एनीथिंग एल्स? किसी और को कुछ पूछना है?
Ma'am, in
Bola-
case we get
yes,
stuck
yes.
in future in some of the things, then
Sure.
we can call you directly.
Yes, yes, you can call me. Sure, you can do that. अभी recordings वगैरह मैं अभी साथ के साथ I'll share it with sir and he will mail it to you all of you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ जी.
I'm recording in the papers also, and plus आपने जो ये अभी एक content जैसा बनाया
अच्छा,
था ना,
right. I'll share this with you all.
content part that is important.
मैं ये भेज
पेपर्स
मैं
तो आपको
आपको
4-5 भेजने हैं।
हाँ ज्यादा ही भेजते हैं. I'll share it with you, don't worry.
मैम एक वो कल आपने बताया था Yahoo 2020 वाला पेपर
वो सारे papers I'll share, don't worry. I'll share all the papers that I have. और भी बहुत सारे हैं documents. I'll share it with you. Don't worry about it. That
And
I'll
if you
do.
can link those somewhere कि कौन से content के लिए कौन सा paper, so that will be helpful.
अच्छा मैं उसको थोड़ा सा लिख देती हूँ और फिर I'll share it with you. उसके जो heading of that paper will be जो भी important aspect है उसका वो करके मैं I'll share it with you. Yes, I'll do that.
Right. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so I hope you like this session.
Yes, ma'am.
Chalo, nice. Bholanath sir, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So I think I end up with my session and I'll be sharing the material with you. Please share it with the participants.
Right, ma'am. So thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful sessions yesterday and today. And I
Welcome.
thank all the participants also for their active involvement both the days. And all the e-certificates will be mailed to you by this weekend, definitely. And please keep in touch for our other upcoming programs. Thank you, Shalini ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shalini ma'am.
Thank you.
Such a
Thank you,
wonderful
Shalini ma'am.
workshop.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're
Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and sir, for
Welcome.
giving us to a fruitful session.
Welcome. You're welcome. Okay, Ji. Okay. Good night.
Thank
Bye.
you all.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
Going off the air. Thank you. Bye-bye.